All right. In our attempt to continue exploring this month a bunch of anime TCGs, VJ, I brought you back
Yes,
and
sir.
against your will, actually, because today we are going to be talking about the Zatch Bell TCG.
Dude, I is this why you had me held at gunpoint? I would have come willingly if you told me it was this.
Oh, so I didn't need to kidnap your friends and family?
Wait, what?
All right, so now the Zatch Bell TCG. Now, as you can see from some of the parts I have here, it did, unlike our last TCG we looked at, it did actually have an English release.
Oh,
So you could by its actual name, I guess the official name that it was given was the Zatch Bell the Card Game, and
the
overall,
card battle.
yeah, the card battle. Sorry. And overall, this kind of worked out in the timeline of when like the series was coming out. Unlike Berserk, that came out like decades after it first started.
Zatch Bell
Um,
really had its 15 minutes in the West here. That shit was
yeah, it
popular.
did. With it had him. I mean, it was on Cartoon Network, I think, and or YTV, and I don't know. I enjoyed the anime. Did you enjoy the anime?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I think it did the full metal thing where it caught up to the manga, I think, and kind of veered off and did its own thing, right?
Yeah, a bunch of anime did that back in the day.
Yeah, so I can't speak on the ending because I don't remember it. Because it
The
came
anime
out when we were
version.
kids.
Hmm.
But the manga is really good. So, oh
Yeah.
shit! And
Speaking of,
I was gonna say, dude, the sequel. No spoilers, of course. But what do you think of it now? Is it holding up?
uh,
Has it
the
fallen off?
Zatch Bell 2 hasn't had an update recently, but the parts that have come out, I really enjoyed, especially as a fan
Shit!
of the original. So I
Damn.
think if you guys are a fan of the original, give that a read. You'll find not just like member berries. I really appreciate it when they don't just do member berries.
Member berries?
Um, yeah, like, oh yeah, don't you remember when Zatch did this,
Oh,
or
nostalgia bait.
yeah,
I
nostalgia
got
bait.
you. I got you.
So I'm really enjoying it. So speaking of the manga, that released back in 2001, and the anime released back in 2005, and consequently, the card battle game came out in 2003 in Japan and 2006 in the US. Um, and like I said, there is actually an English version, so there was a little bit more we can actually work with this time around. And there were actually 4 sets total that you could play with. And for the most part, the art is really just manga panels colored. And for those who really care, there's also a GBA game that was available in Japan that came out in 2005
Of the
um,
card game.
of the card game, but not available anywhere in English. So
Dang.
unless you could find like a modded version, I guess in English,
You could
probably
probably
not.
emulate it. I
Yeah, something like
mean,
that.
not that we would ever do that.
Yeah, no, of course not. That's Nintendo. Yeah, nah. Anyway. So for these cards, like I said, there were 4 English booster sets. Their names were kind of like a little bit everywhere. So the first was called Premier Edition, which is, I guess kind of makes sense. There was Supreme Power of the Golden Spell, which
Jeez.
kind of overkill as a name. There was The Gathering Storm, and finally there was Dawn of the Ancients. Now these sets pretty much I don't really remember. So I know 2005, that range, we're still like eight, like single digits in age mostly. But for you, VJ, do you have any vague recollection of this series coming out?
The card game specifically?
Yeah, the
No.
card game.
Not at all.
No,
Do you?
no. I actually thought of this like there really isn't anything in my brain that kind of reminds me of this ever having come out, which is a little weird. Like considering that there were 4 sets, I don't remember seeing like maybe it's because it was never at a big box store like a Walmart or anything.
Yeah, maybe it was one of those niche you had to go to a hobby shop to find these and they only sold the booster packs kind of thing.
Yeah, that might be the thing that
Oh,
was holding it back. Uh, but like I said, overall, it is technically more successful than other series that we've seen, like Berserk, because at least it made it over to the West.
Yeah.
Okay, so VJ, here I have 4 cards for you,
Yeah.
and similarly, I would like you to use your infinite knowledge
Oof.
of Zatch Bell, but also some infinite knowledge of just general like nerd shit that you're into.
Good God.
And can you give me 3 rules that you think are in this game?
Now, I was pretty confident when we went into Berserk, and I had just seen that show. And now, I haven't seen this show in maybe 20 years. And you're telling me to... Oh, okay.
Well, look, unlike last time where you couldn't really read anything from the card unless you've been secretly taking Japanese lessons.
Yeah.
This one, you know, you could read some of it and maybe you could
That's
gather
true.
some information from
That's
this.
true.
So,
Yeah, I think it's more the next segment that has me worried, but we'll see how that goes. All right. Let's see here. Rule number 1. I'm guessing there's like a mana pool because I'm seeing get 1 MP on the Zatch Bell card. So I'm gonna assume there's a mana pool, or like I get MP would be magic points, which I guess is just some sort of resource for you to play cards. I'll say that.
okay.
I'll say that's the first one. I'm reading a lot of Mamoto and Partner in these cards. So I'm gonna play it less safe than I did with Berserk, because Berserk I feel like was a real like outfield kind of card game. So this one's looking like it more in line with what I'm used to. So I'm seeing Partner and Mamoto cards. So I'm gonna say rule number 2, you have to match up Partner and Mamoto cards for them to function. And that falls in line with the show, so I'll say that makes sense to me. Oh, let's see. So I'm noticing the 2 cards on the left here of Zatch and Kyo are more distinctly like character based, and they seem to have less details on them than the cards on the right. So I'm thinking the cards on the right are something like spell cards for like the will to protect, and maybe like attack cards for Zakir. And I'm seeing the 0s and the 1s in play, so I'm assuming that's where the MP comes in. So I will say that there are specific support and attack cards to deal damage to the opponent, because I'm seeing power levels over here and different effects. While damage your opponent's spell book, and when you win is the battle as an attacker. So yeah, there are support and attack cards, which is now, kind of a safer rule.
Okay. All right. So can you just summarize the 3 rules that you think exist?
Yep. Rule number 1, mana pool. There's MP. You use that as a resource to play cards, specifically attack and support cards. Rule number 2, Partner cards and Mamoto cards, they exist and need to be paired up in order to be used. And third rule, there are support and attack cards that you use to boost your cards and attack opponent cards.
Okay. So we'll set that in as your 3 rules. But you know, I just out of curiosity, what do you think is your opinion on the little, you know, in that last card, there's like a book with a 1 on it. What do you think that represents?
Well, because I can read these cards, I can do more than guess.
All right.
Well, I'm seeing that these cards deal damage specifically to spell books. So in the bottom here it says Zatch's first spell. So I'm assuming these cards have something to do with the equivalent of your life points, I guess, which is your spell book. So maybe this card is used using your spell book in some way.
All right, excellent. Okay, so now let's actually take a sneak peek. Again, this month we're gonna look at the rules, like vaguely. I'm gonna explain like the premise of the game, and less so as the specific of the rules. I'll put the full set of rules in the description, and luckily there was actually like English rules you could actually read. So I'm more confident this time around. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I think is like the most interesting part of the card game.
Whoa,
So,
what the fuck?
the most interesting part of the card game, I believe, is the spell book. Now, in this game, there's not you do have a deck of cards in some sense, but they're not really a deck of cards in the traditional sense. So you need to play this game with 32 cards, and everybody has a spell book. Now the spell book is like a tiny binder. It's like one card per page kind of binder, and you would have one card in front, one card in back of each page, making 32.
Sure.
And everybody, you never actually shuffle your deck. You can place these cards in any order inside your spellbook. Your choices are Momotos, partners, event, and technique or skill cards.
Okay.
So your first card always has to be a Momoto just so you're able to play. And the last page must always be a spell, but anything in between you can put whatever order you want. And you don't need to have any like specific split of any type of cards. If you were really confident, you only need your one Momoto. You could put one. If for whatever reason you want to have like only spells after that, then you can put only spells if you really wanted to. But essentially, this is both your life points and it's also your deck.
What the fuck?
And you might be wondering why exactly that is. So everybody has like this tiny spell book, and then you can kind of keep it on you without showing the information inside.
First of
that's
all,
the point.
That's adorable and really cool.
Yeah, that is super dope. So each, if you ever buy the product, like a starter deck, it comes like with a little spell book.
That is amazing.
It's honestly like wallet size. It's not like in the anime or in the manga where it's like an actual like kind of hefty book, like a textbook or some shit. But it's pretty cute. I found this really adorable.
Bro, how have we not ever seen this? Like, we would have been all over this shit as kids.
Yeah. Let's bring it back. Bring it back.
God. Dude, you know what? We were memeing with the Berserk, but I legitimately want to play this on Tabletop Sim now.
Well, this is actually available on Amazon. It's like $12 for the starter kit.
Oh my god. Hey, yo, give me a sec. I'm gonna go buy the whole thing real quick.
But yeah, let's take a look at a little bit more of the rules. So here's a game mat, and like you can see, you can have up to 3 Momotos at a time.
I was right.
Now the partner, you don't need a partner technically for the Momoto to do anything, but the partner gives like additional boosts to your Momoto. And you're right in the sense that, for example, Zatch has to go with Kyo, Sanchome would have to go with Fulgore, for example.
So you have to pair the specific matching. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And some cool things is that you can have up to 3 Momotos out in the field, but you can actually defend your Momoto being attacked with another one of your Momotos. So they kind of work like as a team.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a tag team thing. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and the reason why there's the last card had like a little page number. So the idea is that if you take damage or if a card says that it burns how many pages, essentially what would happen is you would flip pages on your spellbook. And if you reach until you have no pages to flip, you essentially lose. So that's what I meant by it's both a life point and it's also your resource, your deck. So it works twofold.
Yo, this is arguably more out there than the Berserk game was.
Yeah, so that's why it's pretty cool. Luckily, so they fight each other by looking at their power. So 3,000, and then like you can see, Zakir does plus 2,000, would bring it up to 5,000, and essentially you just keep flipping pages until you lose. So technically, hypothetically, you want to always have 3 Momotos out, or unless you have a strategy that relies on less Momotos. But if you have too many Momotos, then you don't have enough space for spells, and if you don't have enough space for spells, you'll have difficulty beating up other enemy Momotos. And the reason why you don't actually need to shuffle is because at the end of the day, you don't always get to decide how many pages you flip at once. So it like artificially randomizes what you draw.
Good lord.
So yeah, that's essentially how the game is played. VJ,
Yeah.
do you think you would have played this game?
Abso-fucking-lutely, I would have played this game. Are you kidding me? You know how fucking
Yeah, I
epic it
think.
would have been if we were just on the school grounds. We cross paths, and I'm like, whip out the spell book, baby. It's time to go.
Yeah, I think it's super. First of all, I love how thematic it is to the series.
Yeah.
I think that's super adorable, and honestly, I think like parts of it, like it's really original and stuff, and I think it would have been super fun. Like unlike some of the other series, I do think this one didn't have any competitive footing, so there wasn't actually that many events you could have gone to play around with it,
Yeah.
and especially since it only had 4 sets, so after that there was no more.
Yeah, on the other hand, I could see how, because it's so obtuse as a rule set, it could, you know, turn a lot of people away from it just because it looks daunting. Like it doesn't really follow a traditional TCG format. You know, your deck is all this weird thing. I don't think I know a lot of other games that have like tag team battle aspects. Pokemon kinda has a little bit, but not really. Um, man, I'm so sad that we missed this. This looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, this does look really cool.
Also, fun fact for you and the dummies at home, if you didn't know, Zatch Bell in the dub is voiced by the same lady who voices Jimmy Neutron. So don't say you never learned anything at Manga for Dummies, all right?
Yeah, oh, that's pretty funny. Oh Lord, really?
Yeah, I just
Holy
confirmed
moly.
it because I knew I knew I had that fact, and I was like, is that true? Let me look that up, and I just did, and it is confirmed.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, this is essentially the card game and how it's played. For the most part, if you can find the game, like I said, I looked on Amazon. I could find it for like $12 if you really want to play with some friends. It's probably a little bit more. It would probably feel like more authentic than actually playing on Tabletop Simulator because, like flipping pages must be kind of weird in that game. But yeah, like look at this. It's pretty cool, and I think we can move on to what I believe is the funner part of this video.
Oh God.
Now, VJ, like I said, most of these are actually like colored manga panels.
Yeah.
So, as someone who has read it, for better or for worse, it could be easier to recognize. So once again, we're playing the guessing game.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
So I'm going to be presenting you 5 cards. Your aim is to get 13 points. And how do you get those points? You get 1 point for correctly describing the context of whatever scene. You get 2 points if you could guess within 8 chapters of the exact chapter number. And finally, you get 3 points if you can guess within 3 chapters of the exact chapter number.
Well, my confidence has all but been shattered by the Berserk version of this game. So,
Yeah.
you know
It's
what?
actually
I'm hoping the nostalgia comes in the clutch here because you know you're more impressionable as a child. So I'm hoping I remember the moments more vividly.
That's good. Or actually, this entire month is just me making up a funny way to embarrass you.
Yeah,
That's,
it's okay, bro. I'll get you back. Don't you worry.
All right. Now, I will be including a cheat sheet, and for the audience, you will also have the cheat sheet. So if you want to play along, you could go ahead and do that. So, starting off, we have this card.
What the fuck? Oh, dude, I am fucked.
Now, VJ, here's another clue I'll give you. The cheat sheet, it's somewhere the chapter that you're looking for doesn't go past whatever the cheat sheet is.
Okay. Thanks, I guess. What the fuck? Oh my god. I also like how the professor looks like he's cupping his nipple, but he's just like grabbing Zatch there. Oh
you think
my
he's not pinching
lord,
himself?
dude. What the fuck is going
All right, let's start things off easy. What's the context here?
Bro, easy, he says. Oh my god, I challenge anyone in the comments, because I'm assuming this is going on YouTube.
Yep.
I challenge anyone in the comments to fucking tell me what this is, because wow. The little caption at the bottom of the card, forest spirit?
Come on, BJ. This must be easier. You could read what's on the card.
Oh my god, this has nothing to do with the show. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just gonna... I have no idea. I'm gonna say that Zatch is having a horrible dream. He's sleeping right now, and this is just a horrible dream. I don't even remember who this professor is.
Damn, if only the name was on the card or something.
Yeah, the name is telling me nothing. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, Zatch is just having a horrible dream about this professor for some reason. And I'll say, because I know the show it actually gets kind of serious near the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say it's in the earlier chapters.
Okay, that's
Zatch meets Tia in 35. Ooh. Chapter 10.
Is that your final
Yeah, that's
decision?
my final answer.
All right. Now, your context is not correct.
Shit.
And your chapter count is also far off.
Oh, damn.
This happened in chapter 47.
What
The context is that Zatch and Kyo are trying to learn a little bit more about the Momotos, so they travel to outside of Japan. And over there, they meet up. They're trying to just find out more of what his dad has been researching. This is actually not his dad. This is just the professor.
Yeah, I know that much.
They get separated, and the professor kind of saves Zatch in a way and brings him back to Kyo while they were in the forest.
Why is he dressed like that?
He's a forest spirit. What do you mean?
He's a forest spirit question mark. Oh my god, dude.
All right, so VJ, I'm sorry, but this will bring you 0 out of 4.
Man, you could have made this easier for your boy, Jesus.
all right, speaking easier. Okay, this one is probably easier.
Wow, can I get a lower resolution picture?
I actually couldn't find one that was better resolution, so we're gonna have to work a little hard on this. And this is okay. So the reason why it's like dotted is because I think this is a foil card, so it didn't like scan properly.
Okay, I see you. I see you. Wake up Mamoto from 1,000 years ago. Jesus. What the fuck? Bro, I don't remember. Hold up.
Alright,
yeah, the fucking Mamotos woke up and it's the fucking wartime now to decide the new king. So it's like, great, let's all go find our masters or our partners, I guess.
Okay, so that's the context.
It's chapter 1, sure.
Chapter 1. Okay, interesting. All right, so for the context, this is, so if you remember, there was a arc where a bunch of Mamotos that were petrified from the last Mamoto War.
Oh shit!
Had to get woken up, and essentially it's Zatch and friends versus a bunch of like last gen's monsters, I guess. So this happened in chapter 103.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're a little bit far off, and this brings you to a strong 0. Ooh. So with that, VJ, you have failed the game. There is no way for you to get 13 points.
Fuck.
But you know what? Just for the sake of continuing to embarrass you, let's continue on.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm confident. Oh my lord. Wait. Oh, I think I actually remember this.
Okay.
Okay. Phantom Thief Doronma. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, you ready for this shit? I think I know this. Okay. So, the context is Polygon is still looking for his partner. He has yet to find him. And then he meets this motherfucker who looks just like him. And he's like, oh, it's destiny. So he blindly follows this man committing crimes because he doesn't know any better. And then at the end of the episode, the thief is like, I'm sorry, I lied to you. I can't understand this book. And then he just fucking leaves. And I think, oh fuck, I think like right after is when he meets Sunbeam. So I'm gonna say, I don't know if you would put the answer in the cheat sheet. Oh, fuck. Fuck it, chapter 121.
Ooh, VJ, you got the context right.
Yes,
exactly,
sir.
Actually, it was a perfect summary.
Yes, sir.
Now, this came out in chapter 94.
Fuck.
But you know what? You got a point on the board, VJ. That's pretty good.
I got a point on the board. I'll take it.
Okay, all right. So let's break that confidence with this next one.
What the fuck? Oh, wait a minute. No, I know this shit. Hold on, that's somebody's ultimate spell. That's like, I fucking see the Momoto casting in the bottom left. I just have no idea who the fuck that is. What the fuck is that? It's not Tia.
Let me put back the correct. Okay,
Who had fucking pigtails? Okay, wait. Oh my god, who? Oh wait, it says the Momoto is Penny. Oh, sick. Great. Yeah, okay, so this is fucking Penny casting her ultimate spell for the first time. I don't know, whatever. And it's called, I don't know, I don't think this was in the anime, to be honest with you. I can't remember. So
it was.
Was it? Well, I don't remember
Yeah,
how she pronounced it. Can you give me an impression of what the casting
all
sounded
right,
like?
let me try.
Yeah.
Sogiyaku.
Wow. Dude, it's all coming back to me now. Ooh, and it costs 3 spellbook pages. Yo, we're playing this fucking game, dude. This looks sick. Yeah, so Penny casts her ultimate spell, Sogiyaku. Dare I say who it's against for an extra point? I'm gonna say it's against Zatch.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Okay. All right. That's.
And when would this have happened? This is later because the ultimate spells are already coming out, so there's no way it's early. Oh, but Zatch uses his in the like first 50 chapters. Ooh.
Now, as a hint, I do think Bao Zakaragu is his ultimate spell, but
Yeah.
like in terms of
Bitch,
like number, it's only like his 4th spell.
did you just butcher his fucking ultimate spell, you piece of shit? What the fuck? Bowser. Anyway. Oh, so okay, you're saying Zatch gets his pretty fucking early, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Like you remember, like the next spell is just boosting the last spell.
That's true. Oh, dude, this show was so good, bro.
It was, yeah.
I love this show.
And you
Anyway,
got children on children.
yo,
violence
are we
without technically being
hitting a
children.
watch party on this shit right now?
All
Ooh, I don't know. I really don't. Chapter 80, sure.
right, chapter 80. Okay, VJ, you got the context right. I mean,
Yes,
it was
sir.
pretty obvious.
Yes,
so,
sir.
If you didn't get the context right, I'd be more angry.
Yeah, it would have been a little embarrassing.
So this happened in chapter 102.
Fuck, dude, I was so close.
So this is I mean, Penny has had like an on and off relationship with Zatch throughout the series.
Yes.
And she like briefly joins the dark side, I guess you could say.
Yes.
And this is one of those moments.
I see.
Okay, so VJ, this brings you down to 2 points, and I'm kind of getting disappointed as having brought you on as the expert guest
Shut
here.
up. So fucking low key ass fucking shows I haven't seen in a decade, man. Give me a break. Jesus.
All right, next we have this one.
Yo, my Google Home is fucking popping off right now. All right. Oh, that's funny. This is the first time Zatch goes up against Kanshome, who reveals his first spell. And if memory serves, this cannon doesn't even work. It's like a bluff. I think. Or he puts Fulgore in it and like shoots him. I don't remember. It's one of those two. But yeah, so I'm gonna say this is his first battle versus Kanchome. Or Kanchome, whatever the fuck. It also flips 0 pages. This Kanchome is a meme pick, bro. So that's the context. Does Zatch meet Kanchome before he meets Tia? Ooh. Chapter 15.
BJ, this is the final one. Is that your final answer?
God damn it. Chapter 20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So VJ, like you said, that is the exact context. And like you said, he cannot shoot this. This is all for show. He's like, you'll stand down now, right? And they're like, no, we'll keep on fighting. He's like, no, you'll really stand down, right? It's a cannon. Yeah, so it's all for show.
I remember this.
Now, this came out in chapter 27.
Oh, you bitch. Wait, does that give me some points? I can't remember.
Yeah, that gives you a total of 3 points for this one, which brings your score up to 5. Woo!
Let's fucking go. Is that better than I got in Berserk? I can't remember.
No, it's actually a lot worse.
Shit. Okay. All right.
All right. So, VJ, this brings us to the end of the guessing game.
I'm gonna get that kiss, bro. You'll see.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's not going well recently. So, BJ, overall, what is your general feeling about this card game?
If we're being real for a sec, I can definitely see how this card game can come off as a little gimmicky.
Yeah.
And if only 4 sets came out, I can imagine there are some pretty solid balancing issues. Like I saw that one ultimate spell flips like 3 pages in your book, and as someone who's never played the game, I don't know if that's like really good or just really like just okay. Because if you only have 32 pages in your book, that's a solid chunk right there. So
yeah.
And I'm sorry, if those pages get flipped, like can you no longer access those cards?
Yeah. So you can only keep going one way.
Yeah, so I think it definitely, I don't think it's like a perfect card game, obviously, because otherwise it would have popped the fuck off, but I'm still interested in playing it. I definitely want to try this one more than the Berserk one, because the Berserk one just seemed really complicated, but this one seems pretty straightforward, so.
Yeah, and I mean, worst case scenario, you have a little spell book that you can add to your collectible collection, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cute. I think it's really cute, and I think this is, even though like you said, I share similarly like a lot of the, I wouldn't even say criticism because I think it's too harsh of a word. I think I could share the same like thoughts on why it didn't really work out. I do think it's a little convoluted. It's a little kind of tricky, and it's kind of like kind of weird to explain the first time around. And I mean, we also haven't talked about all the rules, and there are like another decent set of rules that I kind of skimmed over since it's not like too necessary to explain the context. But yeah, I think, you know, if this was available at a toy store, I would have probably gave it a shot. Just to like fool around for an afternoon, worst case.
Do you know what we should do? As a special little treat at the end of this month, we should post up a video of our thoughts on like each of the games that you show me. And like, because we're gonna play every single one. That's for sure. Yeah. And then we maybe even put up like a fucking like one of our games or something, like the one we like the most. We show people how to play them. This is becoming a TCG channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're hard deviating right now.
We're hard shifting focus because Max and Etienne are never available. It's just us now.
Okay, yeah. So this is great. Like I'm kind of glad this exists, to be honest. Like I'm kind of happy to see like something so creative was done. Honestly, like even though it didn't work out like all that much, I do think it's an interesting enough concept, and at least thematically it's on point. It's definitely on point. So yeah,
no, I have to agree.
this wraps up this week's episode. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening, and thank you, VJ, for yet again coming on and just accepting the pies to the face.
Making a fool of myself.
Yeah.
I'm a fraud.
Some would call you a dummy.
Oh, roll credits. Oh my god.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a nice one, dummies.